Hey Spirit Tribe, Gigi here with Spirit Readings, and I'm so glad and so happy that you're able to join me here today. We are taking a look at the month of September for Aquarius. So anywhere you happen to have Aquarius in your birth chart, or if you're just wanting to check in on an Aquarius, hello and welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. We are getting messages from our guides and our angels this month, and the angel says spiritual guidance, protection from harm. So your guides and your angels want you to know that you are blessed, you are protected, you are safe from any and all harm. They are working overtime behind the scenes on your behalf for your highest and greatest good. So they got all your bases covered. Now please keep in mind that there are so many of us, so not everything may resonate, and that's perfectly okay. You can just set it to the side for someone else or for later even. It may make more sense as events continue to unfold. Anything and everything is possible when we believe. So if it doesn't apply, you just go on ahead and you let her fly. No harm, no foul, no big deal. If you are new here, please keep in mind that I have had strokes, so that can really affect my memory. I can struggle to find my words or even get them out. I do get tongue-tied. I also have tremors, which can make shuffling a bit of a challenge, especially when it feels like I'm being zapped in my hands, because whenever that happens, I tend to drop whatever I'm holding, cards included. I also have glaucoma, so sometimes I do have to bring the cards a little closer to my face so I can see them properly. So just bear with me, you guys. The messages get out the way that they are meant to eventually, right? Okay. Aquarius, you are getting a bonus in this month's reading. Thank you so much for running the numbers up on last month's reading. If you want a chance at a bonus in your next month's reading, make sure you're running the numbers up on this reading. Everything that you need to know about me, about this channel, you can find that in the description down below, especially if you would like to book a personal private reading with me, or if you would like to purchase something from my wish list, like a card deck or a candle, or something from my household, something for my fur babies, or if you would just like to make a donation. All of that can be found in that description box down below, so make sure you check that out. Before we get into cards, we are going to get an Enchantress guide message from the Spirit board. All right, Spirit, for Aquarius, September 2025, an Enchantress guide message. What is it that Aquarius needs to know here? Ooh, it looks like we have courage coming in. Enchantment for courage. This ritual will help purify, protect, and strengthen your courage to move forward. Sometimes your worries seem too big for you to manage, and you need to ask the Courage Enchantress to help you become recharged. Over a cup of your favorite tea, move the flat of your palm in a clockwise direction 3 times while saying, "Enchantress, I'll get my way. I know what's right. Please fill this tea with your strength and might." Ooh, I love it. Enchantress, I'll get my way. I know what's right. Please fill this tea with your strength and might. Swirl the tea and drink it as you sit and sip your tea. Think of how much better you feel when you focus on your strengths and not on your weaknesses. So, feed the right monkey your strengths, the positive instead of your weaknesses, and the negative. All right, we're going to get some influence of the angels tarot messages here for you this month of September, Aquarius. Thank you, Spirit, for your guidance, your wisdom, and your truth in all matters and in all things and at all times and in all ways. What is it that Aquarius needs to know this month of September? Oh, you got Temperance coming out, the energy of Sagittarius. Maybe you have Sagittarius in your birth chart, or dealing with a Sagittarius in their birth chart, and it's totally okay if you don't know, you guys. So we also have the Eight of Cups. So Sagittarius is a fire sign. Fire is the power of taking action. Cups is water. Water is the power of your emotions. So all right, let's see. Two more cards here, Spirit, for Aquarius. We have the Three of Wands, fire showing up for you again. Like I said, it's the power of taking action. And the Five of Pentacles. So Pentacles is Earth. Earth is the power of the physical body, you guys. So all right, apparently my cat is getting in my chair with me, so she has been crazy, so she may attack me at any time. So that's the kind of day it has been around here, just getting attacked by a cat. She's attacking the dogs. Like she is on one today, and it's kind of funny, but not at the same time. So all right, let me find Temperance here. Oh my God, get off my table. Wow, okay. She's like, look at me, I'm helping. No, you're not. Oh my gosh. Okay, that scared me a little bit. All right, let's recover from that. My husband is an Aquarius. He will find that funny. All right, Temperance. Bagless is the angel of moderation, said to help those with addictions by encouraging self-discipline. Symbols, color blending. A colorful substance, liquid, light, fire, and water, moves from one cup to the other. It goes from cold blue to hot red and vice versa. Even though these colors are opposite on the spectrum, they can be combined and blended in a compatible way. This represents harmony and synthesis. It also represents moderation because neither hot nor cold dominates, and they mix together as a tepid warm. Cups. One cup issues hot and the other issues cold. The two separate cups represent emotional extremes. It also covers extremes in thought, behavior, and ideas that may spring from intense emotion. For example, if you are cut off in traffic, you may get very angry at the offending driver and may indulge in fantasies of road rage or yell obscenities. Cold emotion refers to being distant and unfeeling. An extremely cold person would be a sociopath who is unable to feel anything for or empathize with another human being. Bagless blends the hot and cold, showing a spectrum of emotion. Extremes in emotions, thought, and behavior lead to imbalance. Moderation maintains an equilibrium and sanity. Bagless's feet. Water symbolizes the unconscious, unknown spiritual world, and the foot in the water represents realities that cannot be seen. The foot on land represents the material, touchable world, because here, in contrast with the water, dry land indicates the knowable, conscious, practical world. Bagless is in touch with both. This illustrates that the two realities exist and are at work in your life at the same time. It also suggests that being too spiritual makes you out of touch with reality. Direct meanings, striking the right balance, moderation, and avoiding extremes. Moderate behavior is balanced and healthy. Blending things together in a harmonious way, creating harmony and balance. Synthesis, mixing things together to make something new. Shadow meanings, becoming wishy-washy, mediocre, banal, watered down, unoriginal in the attempt to moderate all aspects of life. Strict suppression of extreme impulses like gluttony, rage, lack of nuanced thinking. Angelic message, a perfect combination rarely happens on the first try. Experiment and be persistent. Learn to recognize what is needed to get everything working together, unified and balanced. All right, 8 of Cups. So 8s are about recognizing limitations and either moving past them or staying within their bounds. Symbols, we have cups. Each cup is bone dry. Whatever was once inside is now gone. Whatever emotion was once inside has now evaporated. This symbolizes feeling drained and empty. Angels. One angel in the top left lingers behind with the cups. The other in the bottom left flies in front of the man. They represent the past and future. We have the sky. We can see sunset and dusk, signal that a cycle is ending. We have a church in the background, belief systems, personal philosophy. We have the man. As he walks away from the cups and the church down the road toward his future, he leaves behind what no longer serves him. He is weary and may even feel a bit hopeless, but he's not only walking away, he's walking toward something else led by an angel. He now has the opportunity to look within and discover new answers and truths. Take note that the man's appearance resembles the introspective Hermit, which is the energy of Virgo. Direct meanings, weary and ready for change, moving away from something because it no longer serves its purpose or has stopped working in a functional, healthy way. Moving toward something better, taking time to be alone, using the solitude to identify, clarify personal values. Shadow meaning, never being satisfied or quickly becoming dissatisfied. Angelic message, when the time has come to move on, the angels will be with you. And when you're weary, be open to spiritual guidance to help you on your way. Ooh, okay. We got the 3 of Wands coming in next here. So 3s represent the power of 3 separate forces coming together and working as one. You know, we see this most often like Father, Son, Holy Ghost. So, all right, symbols, 3 wands. Thrust into the ground, the 3 upright wands form a triangle, which represents the perfect strength and power of 3. Like a 3-legged stool, the power of 3 is sturdy, stable, and adaptable on uneven surfaces. However, if one leg is removed, the whole thing topples over. Here, the first wand represents the motivating spark, Ace of Wands. The second wand represents the conscious choice to begin, 2 of Wands. The center wand, held by the man, represents the energy he now has and needs to continue his journey. Man on a hilltop. It has taken considerable effort to get to this point, the here and now. There's no turning back. The enterprise is well underway. The height of the hilltop also represents confidence. Landscape, the vista viewed by the man, symbolizes future plans and potential. It also represents having a good perspective and overview of a situation foresight before moving forward. There is a foggy mist floating directly in front of the man. The mist represents unforeseen events. Direct meanings: momentum, continuing on with energy and confidence. Enthusiasm, looking ahead, visualizing the potential outcome. Shadow meaning: expect the unexpected, it's not over yet. Angelic message: if a project lacks momentum or has a rocky start, sometimes the best thing to do is to start over, and we may have to start over multiple times, within the span of a lifetime. All right, we're gonna look at this Five of Pentacles now. So fives are about trouble, instability, and unpredictability. Again, we have a church in the background. The stone church represents laws, rules, and ethical standards that exist within a society. It also signifies physical and moral strength, standing in stark contrast with the people outside. It is a winter setting. Physical discomfort, hardship. We see people, outcasts, left out in the cold as amputees. They literally can't stand on their own 2 feet. They are physically and perhaps spiritually handicapped, damaged, destitute, bankrupt, and broke. How did this happen? Are they victims of a cruel society, or have they brought this hardship upon themselves? Perhaps it's a little bit of both. They represent impoverishment, financial, material loss, poor health, injury, illness, and difficulty, or an inability to adequately care for oneself. Pentacles, sewn onto the people's garments, the pentacles are reminiscent of the stars the Jews were forced to wear by the Nazis. Before and during World War II, this depicts how human beings can be designated and treated as things, and how objectification can lead to immorality and sin. Viewing any sentient being as a thing leads to spiritual erosion. The 5 designated pentacles also represent the idea that individuals are often assessed or judged based on their material value. For example, seeing a wealthy hedge fund manager as better than a low-income daycare worker. Direct meanings: financial hardship, lack or downgrade in money, job or residential situation, insecure, hitting bottom, general misfortune and difficulty, poor health, injury, illness, discomfort, needing assistance, asking or not asking for help, being an outcast, unacceptable, or rejected by normal society, using material standards to judge the worthiness of a person, including oneself. Spiritual bankruptcy that comes from treating people and other conscious beings as things. Shadow meaning: personal ethics can be compromised by hardship or stress. Angelic message: may you have the strength to endure your situation and find hope in the comforting resources that are available to you. Aquarius, your major arcana, or one of them rather, is the star, and that is keeping your faith, keeping your hope, holding on to your dreams. So I'm gonna take a drink real quick. I've done a lot of talking, and I still have more to go. All right, let's see what's going on in the love department for you this month of September, Aquarius. Now, this can include yourself, family, friends, significant other, literally anywhere that you have love. So if you're like, hey Gigi, I really love my job, the people I get to work with, the people I get to interact with, I really love my hobbies, then guess what? That is also included here as well. And you did have a flyer, so I will take that one first. Okay, we have the mule. Someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. Now, you got to be really real with yourself. Is that mule you? Maybe you're both stubborn, or it's a long line of stubbornness in your family tree. We have the teapot, deep friendship with someone of the same sex. So getting together, spilling the tea, enjoying each other's company. We have chair empty. Someone is leaving your life. Let them. Let whatever or whoever is falling away, just let it go, you guys. The chair won't be empty long. And look, you have the vase, a secret admirer. So maybe they're going to bring you some flowers to brighten your day, your week, your month, or even your year. All right, let's see what's going on in career and finance for you this month of September, Aquarius. I always like to know what's going on with my money, honey. I'm always like, hey, yo, give me $1 million. Like how nice would it be if you woke up tomorrow and there's just $1 million sitting in your account? So I'd be like, yep, I manifested that. Show me the dadgum money. Come on, come on. Okay, you have the carrot, opportunity or windfall. So, you tilled the land, you planted your seeds in good, fertile soil, you have nourished them and provided them with love and care. And when harvest time comes, you're going to have a really nice harvest. You have the tiger, doing something risky, taking a chance. Maybe you literally have a tiger by the tail, so you have to make sure, that the risk is going to be worth it in the long run. Make sure you've been given the green light, because as long as we're alive, there's going to be risks. We're going to have to take chances sometimes. You do have this knot for unsuccessful plans, but I'm also hearing it doesn't mean that you should just give up or abandon it. Sometimes we have to try 99 times before we get it right. And eventually we will be successful. You have the goldfish, increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. So, hey, take that. I mean, the fish literally has gold in its name. A golden opportunity may be appearing here for you this month of September, and maybe it does seem risky, but it'll be worth it in the long run. All right, let's see what's going on in life for you this month of September, Aquarius. Life do be lifing a little too hard sometimes. Your girl here is like, hey, yo, life, why don't you pump your brakes, use some Vaseline? And life's like, nah, bro, you can handle it. And I'm like, just because I can don't mean I want to. I would like to coast on Easy Street, have my address be on Easy Street for just once in my life, right? We do have the forest, muddled, unclear thinking coming in. So, I feel like meditate, pray, get yourself centered and balanced. You have the kite for vacation. This vacation is very necessary because it feels like you're close to burnout. You have the dragon, beware of self-delusion. Do not delulu yourself. You also have the cracked cup, which says dissatisfaction with life. You're the only one that can turn it around, you guys. Choose happiness, and like I said, choose to feed the positive things in your life so that they grow. And when you're happy, the universe brings you more things to be happy about. All right, let's get a message from the moon. The moon is all about changes in our lives. You know, the moon herself goes through her changes, her cycles, her phases from new to full. She is beautiful, wonderful, and amazing in whatever phase she happens to be in, and so are you. So let's get a message from Mama Moon here for Aquarius this month of September. Let's see what else you need to know. Be bold and make the first move. Cardinal moon. Ooh, okay. You know, I think you did have confidence come up for you already. Look, meditate and contemplate. I literally said that. New moon in Pisces. All right, Spirit. We see what's happening. All right, be bold and make the first move, Cardinal Moon. Be bold and follow your heart and your emotions. Avoid recklessness or moving too fast. Come into your power. The time for action is now. Ask Ganesha, the Hindu elephant god, for help. You know, you did have asking for help coming up there as well. Attune to the moon. I am taking charge of my destiny. Like I said, you're the only one that should be steering where you're going in life. And we have meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces. Face your fears. They may be holding you back. This situation is being healed. It's time to surrender to the divine. Oh my goodness. Chant Om Namo Narayani. Hopefully I said that right. Avoid being deceptive or willingly deceived. Attune to the moon. Use your feelings to guide your way. Logic won't work right now, and I know that's probably a little out of your depth, you know, because I consider Aquarius to be like the cerebral assassin. You know, you are air. Air is the power of the mind, so being in touch with your feelings may be a little harder for you sometimes. Not impossible though, right? All right, let's get a spirit animal guide message for you this month of September, Aquarius. Let's see who would like to be your guide and what their message for you is. All right, we have the Four of Autumn, the squirrel showing up here. Look at that cute little squirrel. All right, be cautious about living a life of extremes or seeing things in black and white terms. Consider, for example, whether you are spending too much versus hoarding your wealth, or giving too much emotionally versus building walls that keep people out. Literally everything in our lives require balance, you guys. You know, I started hearing you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and know when to run. So I mean, you know, hey. All right, let's get a fairy dust message here for you for this month of September, Aquarius. Let's see what the fairies want you to know here. All right. Ooh, we have music and I was just singing to you. Fairies dance in the green hollow. Where the music plays, joy will follow. Ooh, I like that. We also have rainbows. In our forest, no trees debate. Rainbows stand with love, not hate. Yes, all the way that. All right, let's get some Starseed mini deck messages here for you, Aquarius, for this month of September. Let's see what else you need to know here. And you have meditation literally coming out again. Take a moment to connect to Source through quiet, reflective meditation. Ooh, music and meditation. Blue star. Follow the light of your inner compass, the blue star. It will lead you to the truth that resides within your soul. Ooh, I love that. All right, let's get your bonus. It is going to come from the Angel Answers Oracle. Maybe you have questions and this is a way for your guides and your angels to answer, or maybe just get a message to you. We have perfect timing coming out. So, something is aligning for you in a big way, and the timing is absolutely 100% perfect. You are being divinely guided. This is divine timing, divine intervention on your behalf. All right, Aquarius, these are your messages. I hope you enjoyed them. If you did, please drop me a comment down below. Let me know. Make sure you smash the heck out of that like button, that old thumbs up button down there. Hit it with the razzle dazzle, especially if you would like a chance at a bonus in your next month's reading. If you haven't already and you find you keep coming back here, please subscribe to the channel, you guys. That truly means so very much to me. I love growth. I love expansion. I love being able to interact with you guys. It really does bring a lot of joy into my life. You are part of the teamwork that makes this dream work. I wouldn't be able to do it without all of you, and I'm so very grateful and thankful to each and every single one of you. All right, your guides and your angels, they're letting you know, don't act like a mule. Don't be so stubborn that you don't ask for help, that you don't reach out. You have a lot of people that love you and will support you in your time of need, and whatever is falling away, just go ahead and let it go, because something better is going to take its place. You have this windfall, this opportunity. It's golden, even, you guys. Sometimes we tie ourselves up in knots, when things don't seem like they're going our way, but have a little faith. Hang on to your hope. Believe in yourself and believe in your guides and your angels and the universe. You do deserve to have your happily ever after, however it looks to you personally. Take time to rest, you guys, and really dig deep. Why am I dissatisfied with life? What can I do to make it better? Oh, I can choose to be happy, and be more mindful and aware of, that you're literally manifesting all the time. So if you don't like what's coming back to you, you're the only one that can change it. All right, Aquarius, I hope you have an amazing month of September. From the bottom of my heart, I love and appreciate each and every single one of you, and I want to say thank you, blessed be, namaste, and goodbye.